Hello everyone, welcome today for the Max League 5, the quarterfinals, and today I am with Paradox. How are you, Paradox?
I'm doing very well, thank you, AtomiK. I'm looking forward to some great Hearthstone matches from the other side of the top 8. I saw on Monday we've got the old Max favorite matchup coming up in the top 4 between British player Pocket Train and Danish player Fury Hunter. Seems like every tournament at this point it's just going to be those two just fighting off against each other. But the question on today's agenda is who will they be up against on the other side of the bracket here?
Yeah, because we have first on one side Warma against DarkStrike, and the other is ChaboDennis against Jarla. Two of those players will fight then in semi-finals to have a spot in the Great Max League 5 finals. People have been in group of 8 players before reaching those quarterfinals. So very huge competition, and now it's the quarterfinals. So of course all players want to go just until the end. So let's see who will manage to go through. So first, let's start with the lineups.
Yeah.
And we have Warma's lineup with a Garrett Rogue, an AtomiK Demon Hunter, an Alignment Druid, and a Quest Warrior. Sadly, those are the decks before the expansion. Players were not allowed to add new cards to their lineups. So only old decks. It's maybe the last time we are seeing those lineups. The Warriors from Warma has been banned. So what do you think of the other 3 decks, Paradox?
Interesting, right? Like all 3 of the other decks are quite combo heavy, like in how they play the game, right? Like we all know how Rogue and the Demon Hunter play, and of course the alignment druid is just survive until you get to those big alignment turns. And this isn't something you normally see in Last Hero Standing. Normally you see like a variety of decks, right? Trying to go after multiple different strategies, trying not to be weak to one specific thing. But it looks like instead we've got a fairly consistent, game plan across the entire lineup, similar to what you'd expect in Conquest. So it's a bit interesting why they would go for this kind of strategy here. But hey, it's gotten them into top 8, right? Like they're in the top 8. They clearly know what they're doing in Last Hero Standing, and hey, Rogue and Demon Hunter have performed extremely well over the course of the Storm and meta, so I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm just a little bit surprised.
Yeah, but those decks are some of the best meta decks, so it's not a very huge risk to bring those decks in any tournament, even if you don't have a precise strategy of which deck will queue into what, counter pick, etc. Just having 3 solid decks is always a good idea, at least. So, okay, let's move with DarkStrike's lineup with Druid, Demon Hunter, Warrior, and Warlock. His Warrior has also been banned, so no Warrior in the first match. Then we have different decks, because the Druid is a token one. We also have a Quest Warlock with 2 altars of fire in the Quest Warlock. Very important things to point out, I think, because Warma is playing Garrett Rogue on his side, so Altar of Fire can be a way for the Warlock to win the matchup. And but your thoughts, Paradox?
Well, opening thoughts are is that I'm not too surprised that Warrior is getting banned here. Warrior is quite good against the OTK Demon Hunter. It's pretty decent in the mirror match, though, of course, as you said, there won't be Warrior in series number 1. And it's got a pretty decent shot against Rogue as well. So as it is a high potential to sweep. And obviously in Last Hero Standing, that's kind of what you want to avoid. And yeah, this is sort of the lineup I was expecting a little bit more of. You've got the 2 aggro decks in the Warrior and the Druid, and then you've got the 2 like late game style combo decks in the form of the Handlock and the Demon Hunter here. And like you mentioned, the 2 Ultra Fire is a little bit interesting. I'd say it's probably more significant against Demon Hunter because if you get rid of the Il'gynoth, they can't complete the combo and then they just lose the game. But against Rogue, it's probably not going to have as much of an impact because the Rogue is most likely going to try to like get all of the Grots in the deck in the same turn they kill the Warlock. And so really, Ultra Fire will only it's all like Russian roulette, right? You put the gun to the head and you're just hoping that you hit something really important, like the Guild Trader or a Garrot or something. It's not too reliable. And that's why we've seen Ultra Fire being cut more from these Warlock decks lately as the end of the expansion came in. The interesting thing for me is looking at this Druid list, actually, because it's running a single copy of Dreaming Drake, the 3/4 taunt minion that, when corrupted, will be a 5/6. That's not a card you see particularly often in this deck. And I'm kind of curious why it's in here, to be honest. Like, it seems alright, it's just not something I'm very used to.
Yeah, because you are not playing big minions, it's very hard to corrupt that Drake. You are playing 3 turn 5, but you want to end the game at the turn 5, so you won't play another minion on turn 6. Very likely you want to curve. So yeah, that's very strange. I hope we'll be able to ask him at the end of the match. But yeah, very interesting to see. I didn't saw it, so well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely a good one.
Yeah. I mean, aside from that, like, the rest of the lineup is pretty standard, right? We've come to the point where we're, like, so deep into the metagame of the last expansion that lists are pretty much figured out. Like, everyone knows what's going to be in Demon Hunter. Everyone knows what's going to be in Handlock for the most part. Everyone knows what's going to be in Warrior for the most part. And bringing these consistent deck lists can often just win you games just against the less consistent decks in the format. Like, for people who've seen my other work, they know I'm not a big fan of the aggro taunt druid because sometimes it can draw really poorly, and so that can cost you really important games in Conquest. But in Last Hero Standing, if you lose with it once, it's out. So it's not like as big of a detriment as it would be in, say, Conquest, for example, where it can just get clean swept by an anti-aggro lineup.
Yeah, totally, yeah. Good point to tell us also that in Last Hero Standings, it's not your worst deck that it telling which one the match. It's maybe the best deck, the most important. So you can sometimes having a deck that can blank without too many problem. So players are close to ready. So they are preparing to battle. So we can start with the match, I think. So we will have Warma at the top of your screen. And then you will have DarkStrike at the bottom of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
2 European players, Warma from France and DarkStrike from Italy.
Yep. And I think I'm gonna have to add the players, right? So
that can be a good idea, of course.
Yeah, so if you could give me those battle tags, that would be fantastic, and I'll add them right away.
You have the battle tag. I sent it in PM with the lineup.
Oh, did you? So you did. Yeah. I missed that. My apologies. I'll get that sorted out right away. Give me a moment.
Telling the players they can start when they are ready. Yeah, both lineups are playing the AtomiK Demon Hunter, and I saw player thoughts about AtomiK Demon Hunter still being one of the S tier deck even after the new expansion. So we'll definitely see this deck until Il'gynoth is going to the wild some months, I think.
Can't they go to the wild a bit early? I don't know. I want my late game decks again, man. Like, these first couple of days of the expansion have been great, you know? I was playing Quest Priest, and I went 4-0. Games actually went to 10-10. It felt great. Can't that just be the default, please? Please.
That's the AtomiK. Okay, I hope players will start soon.
Yeah, I've seen Warma's preparing the Battle of
Yeah.
Friend. I'm just waiting
Yeah.
on DarkStrike to add me, but it's not the end of the world if he doesn't.
Maybe he's AFK at the moment. He's not answering my PM, so maybe just having.
Yeah, just gotta wait, I guess. Maybe he just went off to the bathroom or something.
Yeah, something like that. Before the match starts. Okay. Okay. Oh, I saw that was the eye, but no, it was the contact. Another one. So, do you have a favorite deck post expansion, post AtomiK?
I haven't seen that many of the new decks post expansion yet. Trying to keep myself trying not to spoil myself too much because like Priest is my favorite class. I've seen like some people trying to like improve on Paladin. I know Orange, like good friend Orange, has been trying to tinker around a lot with Demon Hunter. I believe earlier today he brought to me the idea of running like an aggro Demon Hunter build, but you run the sigil so you can sort of like get cards like Illidari Inquisitor out earlier. You just don't run any other demons. So I think it's kind of interesting. I don't know how good that would be.
Yeah. Personally, I played a lot of Freeze Shaman, and it was very fun from my point of view. It's like a mid-range deck, and it has been a long time since I have seen a mid deck, so yeah, pretty in love with the Freeze Shaman.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's also got an interesting win condition. At least the Lister Wyra is using at the moment. He's using the old god Yeshiraj with dunk tanks.
I saw it on Twitter, but I didn't try it. I was like, oh, this should be two skill cap for me.
Skill intensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of what I mean, right? Like, it's very slow because it's obviously like you need to get to 10 mana, and then you need to have like multiple dunk tanks played and like 3 different cards in your hand. It's like it's a lot of work. Like Rogue and Demon Hunters would cleave through that in an instant. So I'd be pretty happy if those decks, if they are going to get nerfed quickly, so we can enjoy playing for the board again.
Sure.
But that's just me.
Playing for board is fun. Okay, oh, they are starting. DarkStrike just told me. He said me about your friend list issue. I should already have Paradox added. In case, just tell him to add me to send me the request.
I did send DarkStrike the request.
And have you checked your inbox of requests?
Yeah, nothing's here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send it again to be sure, but
yeah,
because I already had Warma on my friends list. Like I can see them in the menu, but I'll just try to add them again. Okay, and let's see if that works out. Here we are. I think
nice.
they've got me now.
And
but yeah, we are in the game by the looks of it.
Yeah. So don't forget the bottom and top command to send cheers to your favorite players. DarkStrike for the bottom and Warma for the top of the screen. And first, Druid against Demon Hunter. I think the matchup is favored for the Demon Hunter from my point of view in most of the time.
Right, okay. I'm just going to hop in and out of spectator mode just so I can get DarkStrike's hand. But it does... I mean, the fact that Warma's going first is going to make it a little bit difficult for them to complete their quest early. But at the same time, considering that this is Aggro Druid, that might not be the biggest issue in the world. Although DarkStrike already has the Battle Guard and the Oracle of Elune. So they're going to be able to get a pretty wide board out very quickly here. And, oh! This is not the hand you really want to see as the Demon Hunter early on in the game.
Indeed, yeah, not the greatest. While DarkStrike's one is actually pretty good, right? Having the Razorman and the Oracle of Elune, they are the two key cards of the deck, and here is the beautiful Dreaming Drake.
Okay, here's a thought. What if you coin Oracle of Elune right now? Like, how does Warma deal with it? It's got 4 HP, so it can't die to I-Beam, and you have the taunt in the way. So even if I-Beam was outcasted, you can't hero power to then finish off the Oracle. And then on the following turn, you can then go for either Vibrant Squirrel into Composting, or you can go into the Battle Guard and the Dreaming Drake.
And DarkStrike agree with you. And as you said, yeah, here is the I-Beam, but only dealing 3 damage to that Oracle of Elune. And yeah, Warma will go with for the clear, very important one.
Yeah, and obviously, DarkStrike couldn't have known that there would have been an I-Beam and an Arcanist, but I don't think they would have been that upset by that turn of events, right? It's like you're forcing your opponent to make that play rather than completing their quest, because completing the first stage on turn 4 is actually quite late for this Demon Hunter deck. You normally expect it to be done on turn 3 at the latest, from what I've seen.
Yeah. The Arcanist is a pretty important card in that matchup, so you're always happy when the Arcanist is out of the game.
Let's see. DarkStrike's got a lot of choices here. I think they're trying to figure out the best way of getting this composting to come down on turn 4 without just like throwing so many minions on the board that they could just lose the game to a board clear. So we might just see, just a regular old Dreaming Drake this turn, and then maybe just trying to get the Battle Guard Pack Mule composting on turn 4. Ooh, that is a very nice pickup though.
Sure, clearing the whole board, only leaving a Kurtrus on board. So yeah, now the Demon Hunter has the board, and that's of course not what the Druid wants.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I said it on the previous turn, but this is just another delay to that quest completion. Although Neve agreed will complete the quest, completing the first stage on turn 5. That is remarkably late, much later than I think you would expect to complete it normally.
Yeah, and also the Druid has more cards than the OTK Demon Hunter. Not the most common thing to see an empty hand for the Demon Hunter.
Yeah. And this Annoytron is also going to be quite annoying, pardon the expression, because if it wasn't for this 2-3, Kurtrus would have to trade into the Divine Shield and wouldn't really get much done. But now obviously it can trade into the Pack Mule. But at the same time, DarkStrike's doing this to try to set up for a composting on turn 5 here. And those are some very nice cards to get from the Need for Greed there. I wonder if it's possible for Warma to be able to complete both parts of the quest next turn. That would be a pretty big deal.
And that can be a 0 mana double jump, 1 mana spectral sight. That's exactly what the Minotaur wanted to catch on those draws. Warma should be happy about those cards.
Ooh. 2 double jumps and 2 spectral sights in hand. Both eye beams have been drawn already, which means that you're guaranteed to get at least something useful. Although, I think I can safely say, you do not want to glide here in the outcast position, because I don't think it needs to be said, but giving your Druid opponent 3 extra cards would be a pretty bad idea. So that is the second part of the quest complete now. And actually, because Glide got reduced to 3 mana, Warma can go for double jump, Tusk Piercer, and then Glide. And I believe that will complete the 3rd stage of the quest this turn, if they so choose to go for it. And I don't see why they wouldn't. Yeah, it looks like that's what we're going to see here. Both stages complete on turn 6. Kurtrus will be in hand for turn 7.
My game was freeze? What? Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, there's a spectator bug. So, like, if you... Like, when the second mule is played, it'll, like, glitch the spectator client. So if you hop out and go back in, you'll be fine.
I was focused on the player's webcam. I wasn't looking at the game.
Ooh! Let's see here, Greybow coming down here by the looks of it. Maybe we see another composting down. Yeah. Yeah, looks like it, yeah. When these minions die, DarkStrike's going to be drawing a lot of cards here. Like, everything aside from the Greybow will be drawing 2 cards when it dies.
That's huge.
So let's see here. Immolation Aura will draw 6 cards for DarkStrike.
Oh, the squirrels are coming.
Yep. No Arbor up drawn though. That's a pretty big deal. DarkStrike would have loved to have seen an Arbor up there. But alas, it was not to be. And now... things are actually going to be a little bit awkward for both sides here, because Warma doesn't really have that much to do. He has a bunch of situational tools like the Tusk Piercer, the Moloch, and the Blast, but he'll only be able to trade Guild Trader and the Peddler that he'll get next turn from Tusk Piercer.
Okay, to just bet. And that's again a huge board with lots of cards in hand for the Druid. Next up decks will be so important for Warma, trying to find card draw.
See here, Guardian Orc Merchant is going to clear Kurtrus. I'm not the biggest fan of this positioning here by DarkStrike. I think that he should have moved the Orc Merchant to be next to the Teacher's Pet. So it'd be like 2 Teacher's Pet, then Orc Merchant, then Battle Guard. Because that makes it more likely that the Battle Guard will remain on the board for future turns.
You're right. But
pleasure doing this.
It might not matter though, because Warma is not drawing what he needs right now. It's just a whole bunch of removal and not a whole lot of card draw. Okay,
that's a good one, a good removal, not a card draw, but
it won't fully clear the board though, is the issue here. not without burning a lot of resources. And I mean a lot of resources.
Can you just immolation and I beam on the 2-4, leaving only 2 teacher's pet on board?
I mean, you can do that, but that's still 8 damage left on the board, and DarkStrike still has 6 cards in hand, so chances are high that the board's just going to be refreshed immediately. I guess it's just the best option that you've got.
Yeah, because otherwise you were dying to the
Arbor
first
Up.
spell, yeah, Arbor Up. So yeah, you had to do something at least.
But yeah, this is where the positioning issue is going to come back into play here with the Fell Scream Blast. You want to try to position it so that the teacher's pets aren't next to each other, if at all possible, which is exactly what DarkStrike is opting to do.
Yep. And now your Tron at the middle, of course, because he's not dying to one Fell Scream. And oh, here are card draws, the best one maybe?
Yeah, I mean, that's the card draw you are looking for. So let's see, Fell Scream Blast coming down, which will give a Lone Shark and a Grey Bow. Oh, the squirrels, no!
No! Leave the squirrel.
Oh!
Oh,
Okay, this
goodness.
is going to be a lot of damage right now. I'm not sure if it'll be enough. It is very close. Actually, yeah, I think it might... Yeah, it is actually just straight up enough, yeah, with the Philosophy and the Guild Trader. Wow, that was one heck of a glide.
Yeah, thanks to the acrobatics, drawing 2 more cards after the glide. Was pretty insane. And
it was 60, so apparently the Philosophy didn't matter. Okay.
yeah,
That was still a really good glide pickup, though.
really well played. So
with
1-0 for Warma, no Demon Hunter left. So yeah, you are going to ask what's the counter Q for DarkStrike?
Yeah, and so the Warrior was banned, the Druid is just out, so you either have the coin toss with the mirror match, or you have the handlock. And there is 2 Ultra Fire. Ultra Fire is, of course, very helpful in this matchup if you can get rid of that Il'gynoth, but other than that, it's not the best matchup in the world for the Warlock, in my opinion, so we might see the mirror match come out first. It depends on whether or not DarkStrike needs the handlock to counter something else in the lineup and wants to save it for later. Or the Demon Hunter, right? Like maybe they want to hold the Demon Hunter back to try to counter the Rogue. So yeah, we do see the handlock coming out here for DarkStrike. And once again, a pretty decent start for DarkStrike there with the backfire, but there is that glide that is going to reset the hand later on.
Okay, yeah, glide is huge in that matchup because what handlock wants to do is having a huge hand, so of course having a hand get back to 4 cards is a bad thing.
It is indeed. There's not really a whole lot else that DarkStrike has at the moment as well, which kind of means he's going to be forced into drawing a bunch of cards. Although with an Ephron, it's not as bad to fill your hand up. It's just, you're just hoping at that point to not get glided.
Sure, you have to play lots of cards to having always a poor hand with not that much cards. Going for backfire. Do you really love keeping backfire and playing on curve on that matchup, because it's a very good card to have after the glide.
Yeah, it's a tough debate. I'm not sure if keeping it is necessarily optimal, but I do think you do play it on turn 3 in this spot, because having a Nephron out early is just such a big deal. The way the Warlock is most likely going to get the win in this matchup is just through applying pressure. And hey, a 1 minute 8/6 definitely does that.
It is, yeah. Neophyte can also be huge in that matchup, because Demon Hunter is dealing with your board with lots of spells in one turn, so just putting the spell at 1 mana more is of course huge. And yeah, 8/6 is coming on turn 4, as we said.
Well as the Tour Guide there, which is going to make life tap cost 0 mana next turn. But yeah, let's see. That is not a glide though, picked up from the double jump. Warma does have one more double jump he can play. Try to get the glide and reset the Warlock's hand back down. But if he doesn't get it, then the next few turns for DarkStrike are going to be quite pressure intensive. I think that's a safe thing to say.
So yeah, lots of cards here in Warma's hand. He's going to more cards, yeah. They will cost 1 less. Thanks to the quest. Oh, and here's another glide. Maybe it will be easiest to outcast. Even next, with a good top deck on the next turn.
True, although it depends, because DarkStrike could just play the Cult Neophyte next turn, and then it's going to be a bit difficult to outcast the glide and, you know, do it only for 1 mana. In the meantime, though, DarkStrike is still putting on quite a bit of pressure. The Giants are getting quite cheap at this point, already 5 mana. Let's see, gonna go for the Altar of Fire, so it's gonna be 3 cards gone for both sides.
1 glide, 1 giant.
A glide versus a giant. I'm not sure if that's a good trade-off or not, to be honest. What I do know, though, is that Cult Neophyte, especially with the top deck Illidari studies, makes it pretty much impossible for Warma to get rid of DarkStrike's hand next turn.
Yeah. Pretty important Neophyte here. It won't be easy for Warma to clear the board. He will have to use lots of cards if he wants to. Yeah, 1 Eye Beam, 1 Fell Scream, that's huge. He already played 1 Eye Beam, if I am right.
Yeah, it got destroyed with the Altar of Fire.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, so that Fellscream Blast is the only form of damage left available for the combo. So if that Fellscream Blast gets glided in and they're destroyed with Altar of Fire, there is no way for Warma to complete the combo and win the game. So you don't even necessarily have to get rid of Il'gynoth. If your opponent can't get any Lifesteal spells, it makes the same amount of difference.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you in the chat to Alban Lady, who just gifted 2 subs to the community. Very kind from you for the subs. Let's get back to the game.
But yeah, turn 6 here. This glide is getting harder and harder to outcast by the turn, because all of the cards in the right side of Warma's hand draw more cards when they're played, so can't really do it from the right. And on the left, you have Il'gynoth, which is absolutely a card you do not want to play. until your combo is complete, so it's a little bit awkward here in terms of getting rid of the Hand of the Warlock at this point.
Time grows short.
Yeah, it's just gonna glide themselves down to 4 cards in hand. And while that will complete the quest, that is also leaving the giant up.
Another happy guildie.
Okay, things are serious for the Warlock now because it has access to the 1 mana Scavenger. So
As well as the as the 0 mana Raise Dead, always a favorite.
Yeah, this will be a huge board again. Maybe Neophyte from it. Oh, no Neophyte. Okay.
Nephron isn't bad though.
And it's a run Neophyte would have been perfect.
So yeah, we might see a Nephron and a Null here. I'm not sure if we'll see Scavenger. Actually, we might see a Nephron and Scavenger, maybe. Either way, I don't think DarkStrike's going to play absolutely everything here. I think they're going to try to, like, push it out in waves, right? As long as one big minion sticks. At the end of the day, that will be enough.
Yeah. And no, I don't see what Warma can do. Yeah, he needs a good discover. I think you have to take I-Beam. Yeah, you can draw, but draw for what card? You can have more Moargs in hand, but to do what if you don't have spells to play with? And yeah, that's just checkmate from DarkStrike. So 1-1, very well played by him. Plays the matchup very well. It's not an easy one for the Warlock, but he played it well.
Yeah, I agree. And now with the Demon Hunter out of the way, that's going to make the Demon Hunter on the side of DarkStrike quite a bit easier to win with, because what's the other decks available in Warma's lineup? We've got the Garrote Rogue, and we've got the Alignment Druid. So Garrote Rogue, of course, is very well known for not having a good Demon Hunter matchup. So I think what we may end up seeing happening is, if DarkStrike loses this game, which isn't guaranteed, he could win this game, but if he loses it, then we're probably going to see the Demon Hunter beat the Rogue, and then it will come down to the Demon Hunter versus the Alignment Druid in game number 5. That's where I'm thinking this will go at the moment.
Okay. So... Oh, already an Altar of Fire in DarkStrike's hand. And already Octobot Field Contact in Warma's one.
So let's see, 2 Octobots in hand already here for Warma. It is quite tempting to put one down on the board. And yeah, this is going to come down here. It's not really a whole lot that DarkStrike can currently do to prevent this Octobot from getting its effect off. Yeah, it's just going to tap and most likely just pass the turn right back to Warma, yeah.
So, okay, here Warma has to frenzy the Octobot, but there is not. Yeah, I can just Ethereal, but yeah, the hand is a 0 mana hand, so you're going to reduce the cost of 0 mana cards. So yeah, less than 3, but it's still costing 0 mana.
Yeah. I mean, it's coming up on turn 4 though, and turn 4 is pretty well known for being a turn that the Warlock can use Soul Rend. There's also the Goldshine Knoll that we see in hand that can clear it, so there's a lot of incentive to just get the Frenzy online, like, even if it's for free cards, 3 cards is absolutely better than 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Yeah, he has to do it, but it wasn't very.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great.
Yeah, like how I to do it, but yeah, of course he had to do it.
Yeah. Ooh, another prep. Got a lot of free cards in hand here, but not a whole lot of stuff to use them with, so I imagine we're probably going to have to see the field contact. And then starting off with the Plunderer, just to draw a card.
Yeah, looking for cards to use the preps, the Shadow Step.
Oh,
Okay. Shadow Step,
Shadow Step the Plunderer?
I think.
Yeah. It's going to be one more draw here. Heartless picked up. You can trade the Cutlass back in, get another draw, and reduce the cost of the Garrote by 1. And you definitely don't want to seek a passage when you have 0 mana remaining, so yeah.
And all your 0 mana cards in hand. Okay, card draw for DarkStrike also, with that backfire.
DarkStrike is currently at 6 out of 8 on the quest, so
he
if
wants
he life
to
tap that will complete it,
tap.
or backfire. Okay.
Okay, you can just backfire Gnoll. That's a good turn.
Yep. 2 Cult Neophytes in hand. That's going to be quite helpful a bit later on. Probably not right now though. And you're expecting another field contact turn.
Yeah. Second Altar of Fire for DarkStrike. So he will be able to burn 6 cards. If there is 1 Garrote burned, it will be very hard for Warma to do the AtomiK, because with 1 old Garrote it was kinda possible, but with 1 new Garrote it's very hard.
Yeah, and of course now we see that not only are both Garrotes in hand, the Ethereal Log Merchant is also in hand, so I think it's safe to say at this point that the Altar of Fire will not, in fact, be doing much to prevent Warma from winning. Unless the Guild Trader is destroyed. If the Guild Trader is destroyed, then there's definitely a chance.
No, of Garrote in hand. Can the turn can just be... Oh, 2 mana Altar? Okay, going for it.
Oh, the Guild Trader just got burned!
A huge one. Yeah. And it's a run also.
And now DarkStrike can go ahead and use Raise Dead here, which will bring back 2 Gnolls into the hand. And then can also play both of them this turn.
Yeah, 1 and 2 mana.
More bones to gnaw on.
The other on the pen finger, I think.
Oh, it's going to go for the second Altar of Fire. Let's see, Plunderer, 1 the Thief, and Brain Freeze gone.
Okay.
Okay, so how much damage does Warma have here with these Garrotes? It's going to be 3 per Garrote, so that's 18 in total.
Initiating overdrive.
Let's see here. Gonna see both of the Garrotes going off. If Warma doesn't have lethal here, though, it is going to be very hard for them to win this game. But 4 of the 6 cards in the deck at this point are bleeds. Even with the Rogue Dagger hit, that will set DarkStrike to 10. So that won't change the math in a significant enough way. In order for Warma to win here, he has to draw all 4 of the bleeds. Okay. Ah, this is very clever. So now he only needs to draw 3 of them, which I'm pretty sure is guaranteed. Yep, there we are. That is all 3 of the bleeds, and with Cutlass, that will be lethal. Very well played.
Well played for Warma, yeah.
I do have to wonder if maybe DarkStrike was being a bit too hasty with that second Ultra Fire there. If he went for the second null and cleared the Neophyte, he would have survived that turn. And there would have been 3 extra cards in the deck to prevent that possible lethal out.
Good point. So that's 2-1 for Warma. And now it's time to Demon Hunter to beat the ChaboDennis. The matchup is clearly Demon Hunter side, right? Thanks to the glide, the Demon Hunter can be faster than the Rogue to do the AtomiK, and yeah, the glide is already in hand for DarkStrike.
Yeah. But like I mentioned, the hard bit for DarkStrike won't be winning this game. I think winning this game is... I think this matchup is very favoured for DarkStrike. I feel what DarkStrike is going to be more concerned about is getting the win with the Demon Hunter against the Druid, because, like, you say Glide is a good card against Rogue. Celestial Alignment is a really good card against Demon Hunter. But right now, though...
Can DarkStrike do a step of the quest?
Not this turn, by the looks of it.
And you're playing a Sigil before a glide?
What that means for me, looking at this as an outsider, is that DarkStrike doesn't want to glide next turn. I think DarkStrike is going to save the glide, and then play it on the second stage of the quest.
You're right, very, very smart, yeah. You're right. So... Warma still has the Octobot in hand, with the Field Contact in hand. This time there is more mana to reduce in his hand. He's not going for it now.
No. Because Warma also knows there's Glide, and Glide, when played, would get rid of all of those Octobot discounts. So it's sort of a interesting, like, balancing act for these players. One side wants to try to get as much value from the Glide as possible, and the other one wants to prevent as much value from the Glide as possible.
Sure. So, yeah, DarkStrike can't one-shot that Octobot now.
Oh, there is a way. If DarkStrike plays Double Jump, and Double Jump gets I-Beam,
Yeah,
then Moog I-Beam would one-shot the Octobot.
of course. But you need first that I-Beam.
Yeah, you need to draw it first, that is a very good point. But yeah.
Here, you just trade the Paddler. Because you
The
don't
double
want-
jump would... Oh, there it
Oh.
is! There it is! I-Beam with the Moog will clear the Octobot, as I just mentioned, without letting it go off, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, but that wasn't unlikely to happen, so by playing that Octobot, I think that Warma had that in mind and was, okay, if this happened, I'm okay with that.
See. Ooh. Oh boy, this glide. This glide from DarkStrike is absolutely ridiculous in how insane it is. Like, those were two very useful draw cards being played that turn for Warma there.
Yeah, you really don't like playing Shroud after the passage. It's also, from one side, it's a very good card to have after the glide, to have at the top deck after the glide, and also it's just putting more cards in your deck. So yeah, don't really like it.
Yeah. That being said though, DarkStrike's hand post glide, it's not looking that great. It's a whole bunch of removal and not a whole lot of card draw. But hopefully that acrobatics at the very end there will allow them to get Kurtrus in hand by the end of their next turn.
Oh, that kinda likely, I think, to have Kurtrus next turn. To finish the game next turn.
Sure. Ooh. Not exactly ideal spells here from the One Thief. I imagine we might see the Mask of Cthulhu. Or maybe the Rigged Fair Game, but you're definitely not taking Iceblood Tower.
From what I have played, I think that the new big spells from Mage are putting the One Thief worse than before, because you kinda never want to play the 7, 8, 9 mana spells. So.
Oh!
And here is the glide
The
again.
second glide, yeah.
Wow.
DarkStrike can even Fellscreen Blast to clear both of the minions first to try to prevent drawing Fellscreen Blast from the second glide.
Okay.
Oh yeah, just Eye Beam. That works equally as
Yeah,
well.
good
But
spell.
yeah,
Scream is useful to do the OTK, while the beam is unlikely to make the OTK, so you prefer to draw the Fell Scream than the beam, I think.
yeah. And that was both of the Secret Passages gone. So yeah, at this point, hand is not looking great for Warma here. Gonna have to use some of these tradable cards to try to find the field contact again. And it is far from
Oh.
guaranteed, as we're seeing right now.
That's not a field contact, that's a Garrot.
Rigged Fair Game coming down, but the Demon Hunter hero power only costs 1 mana, and all DarkStrike has to do is just click the button and the Rigged Fair Game won't go off.
Sure, that's 1 mana less per turn for DarkStrike, so at least that's something.
Another happy guildie.
Yeah, for right now, it is not looking good for Warma. Like, yeah, this hand is abysmal. Just nothing playable. And it is not getting better with that Cutlass being traded in. I think we might see a concede pretty soon here. Yeah, there we go.
And that's, as you said, a victory for the Demon Hunter. And now both players are at 2-2, so final game before seeing who will join the semi-finals.
Demon Hunter versus Druid. And it is the Celestial Alignment Druid, which, as I said before, is not a great matchup for the Demon Hunter. It's winnable, but it's not easy.
Yeah, of course all matchups are winnable, so let's see how it will going.
Illidan versus Malfurion.
You have much to answer for.
It isn't over between us, brother.
Okay, let's look the hand. How is Glide in that matchup?
I think it sort of depends, right? It depends on what the Druid is doing early. Sort of like the Rogue, right? if the druid draws a lot of cards, and then those cards get glided away, it's a pretty big deal. But unlike the rogue that needs to draw a ton of cards early, the druid can afford to wait, right? Their game plan is to have one big explosive turn later on in the game. They don't need to necessarily get a field contact on like turn 4 or 5. So even though they're not doing anything now, it's not a big deal for them. If anything, I actually think Warma, after getting overgrowth, would actually welcome being glided because his hand is not looking that good.
Yeah, next turn will be the overgrowth from the druid.
Let's see here. Turn number 3 here for DarkStrike. So DarkStrike at this point needs to draw one more card for the quest to be complete this turn, because you can draw one with the Tuskpacer, you can then trade the Peddler back in, but you would still need to draw one more card after that to ensure the quest is complete. And hey! Spectral Sight is 2 more cards, so that's as good as it gets. Moonlit Guidance is going to get... yeah, another Moonlit Guidance, okay. Oh, and there it is. Celestial Alignment can possibly come down next turn. For Warma here. This sort of comes back to what I was saying a little while ago, where Glide is only as good as the amount of cards the Druid draws, and with a 7-card hand here, I don't think DarkStrike's going to be that upset about gliding this hand away here.
Demons.
Okay, he wants to do Elitary Studies. Let's see what's inside.
A whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, those are arena cards, kinda, not really good cards to play.
Yeah. So see, a coin into the glide here. Get rid of that Celestial Alignment. Hopefully, Warma will not draw Celestial Alignment from it if you're a DarkStrike fan, because if that happens, then DarkStrike is in a lot of trouble. And there it is! Celestial Alignment has been found, but there's not a whole lot of other cards available for Warma to go along with it, but maybe that doesn't matter. Ooh, okay. So yeah, scratch what I said off the record. Celestial Alignment is going to be very helpful here. And it was the one created by Moonlit Guidance. Oh, that's great. But yeah, it's going to be such an uphill battle now for DarkStrike here, because now, even if he completes this next part of the quest, Kurtrus is still going to cost 5 mana. Like, DarkStrike's not going to be able to do that for another 4 turns. And Warma isn't waiting 4 turns.
Okay, what's inside that unreach?
Ooh. So yeah, we can see here there's going to be some pretty big plays coming out of Warma here in a few moments' time.
I
With
think next turn will be kinda scary, I think.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot that DarkStrike can do about it.
Yeah.
Like, there is the Moog and the Guild Trader along with the Immolation Aura, so there are ways of dealing with this. But those aren't really ways you want to be using at this point if you can help it.
Yeah. But yeah, don't forget that also DarkStrike's cards are also costing 1 mana. So for example, we have a Moarg that Immolation can deal 12 damage. Oh, more than that. Okay, no, that's 12 damage with 2 Moarg and 1 Guild Trader.
Time grows short.
Potions, flasks, BOE, I got it all.
Let's see here, gonna see another glide coming down that will revert all of those cards that were just getting shuffled in back to their original mana cost. But at the end of the day, Warma's still going to have a lot of plays available, even with 4 mana available. Yeah, ooh. Yeah. Mark of the Wild into... Yeah, 2 marks into Malagos. And yeah, that's 9 cards being drawn for Warma here. And both of the glides are already gone. So this hand is not getting shuffled back in again.
His Malagos, yeah, oh, it's so beautiful to see that whole, this whole 0 mana cards.
Time waits for no one.
Let's see here, gonna get 2 more mana and then Solar Eclipse into Cenarium Ward. Oh, Gromash Hellscream.
He's back. He's here. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that DarkStrike is probably not going to win this game. I really don't see how he recovers this.
He can deal 5
I grow
damage
impatient.
face. Equinox.
Yeah, while Warma's at 40 HP, yeah.
That's still something, right? Yeah, you're right. This will be very hard for DarkStrike. We'll never be able to play Demon Slayer Cutters.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what I was alluding to at the start of all this, is that Celestial Alignment is just such a brutal card for these combo style decks that they just want to play a ton of cards in one turn. Can't really do that if you don't have any mana to use them with. And yeah, with 1 more Celestial Alignment coming down next turn, like, even if this wasn't lethal, it's still just over. Like, this is just delaying the inevitable. So yeah, we'll see Solar Eclipse, Cenarium Ward, and then Celestial Alignment afterwards. And the game is just over. I really don't see how DarkStrike recovers from that. Okay. Bloom into Celestial Alignment, win the game? Question mark? Why are we still here? I'm really confused. Like, why is Celestial Alignment not coming down? I don't get it.
He's
Help?
waiting for the turn 4 when just before Cartridge being able to
Another
be
happy guildie.
played.
Yeah, but you have Lethal on board. Like, the Demon Hunter only had 1 mana. Sure, they could play Kurtrus, but they'd just be dead. It wouldn't make a difference.
All plays were going to win for Warma, so
Yeah, like Warma was obviously in the correct spot either way, but I'm just like, why would you not just do that? You know, just win the games a little bit faster. Heck, you could go Lightning Bloom into Solar Eclipse Scenario Ward and Alignment in the same turn. Like he could absolutely have done that, and then the game was mega over. So I'm not too sure what he was thinking there, but it doesn't matter. He still won the game. That is all this. That's all that matters at this point, to be honest.
So let's add the players for the post-match interview, because Warma just won the match and he's going to be in the semi-finals of the confrontation. Okay, let's arc DarkStrike.
Mm-hmm.
Up. Hello, DarkStrike.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Is Warma joining?
Yeah. He's also joining.
When you
Congratulations
can join the call, yeah.
for reaching the semi-final, the quarterfinals of the Maxi. That's still great, and also congratulations for that match.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I mean, I have actually a few things that I wanted to talk about in regarding the match. So
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm okay. Yeah. I think we just wait for Warma first, right?
Okay. Oh,
He's joining.
I think they're in the call now.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
So first of all, I wanted to ask something to Warma, and basically, did you ever consider banning my Warlock when thinking about the bans?
No.
Okay, because I thought that you were probably going to ban Warrior, each other's Warrior, and I thought that maybe I could have banned Rogue as well, because then I could have maybe sweep you with the hand block, basically.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
basically, my ban were warrior or druid, but I didn't want to ban warlock.
Yeah, that was just a thought that I had. And also, I mean, like in the first game, I slow played a little bit with my development because I had like a curve that was better with the how it's called composting. That's why I just coined out the oracle first and everything else. But apparently was one turn shot because of the lethal.
Yeah.
With Ilginot. Yeah, it was really sad because I thought it was about to go with DH as a first deck, but I still felt fine with Druid. Like that matchup should be at least a close one, I think, for Druid and DH. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I felt, I felt okay with that because I could have like queue DH into Rogue and then have Warlock as the last deck. But I lost the first game, and then I had to win Warlock against Rogue, which I could have done it maybe because like when I played the Altar of Fire, I burned the Guild Trader, so I thought there I could have maybe decided to go for the 2 mana deal 3 heal 3. I don't remember the name, sorry. The Drain Soul.
Drain Soul, mate.
Yeah. Basically,
you could have also went for the null and cleared the fight, and if you did that, you wouldn't have died on the following turn.
Basically, I thought about that, but my first instinct was to play the null and clear the contact on board, and then playing the second altar because he still had 2 Garrots and the last Aug Merchant. I know that Yeah, I could have not died. Maybe that's why I'm saying that I could have maybe healed instead, because already seeing the
Sorry to interrupt you. You actually couldn't have healed because Drain Soul would have costed 3, mate, because he played Neophyte in the previous turn. The
I know,
Altar Sapphire you played cost 2.
yeah. Basically, I could have played one altar and the Drain Soul without Null, probably, if I remember correctly. That was the other idea, maybe, but I don't know. My first
Maybe.
my first instinct was to go for the double altar, because in theory he still had like 6 cards left with 2 Garrots and 1 Arg Merchant hypothetically. So I thought it was the better play. I don't know, and I got kind of punished for that in the end. So I don't know. Like, that was the sad part of the series, because if I was able to win that game, then it was also different, because then DH against alignment is really hard. Yeah.
Like when you play in the first altar and you discard the guild, I thought I lost. In my head, it's like, oh, I win
Yeah.
this, and then you play the second altar, and I was like, oh, I win. So
Yeah. I for a moment I thought about not playing the second altar, but of course I don't know if you really drew both Garrots. Like, I
yeah.
had pretty good odds to at least hit also the Garrot. I don't know if it was correct or not, but it felt a good play to me. I don't know. Maybe I was
Yeah,
wrong.
I think
don't know.
it's correct. I probably do the same thing in your position. Like, it's. I think I do the same thing. Like, if I'm the warlock, I probably play a double altar. But
Yeah.
in this spot, I was
Yeah,
really
it was
happy
weird.
to see the second one.
Yeah. Also, as I said, I actually considered banning your rogue, because I would have had really good chances with my warlock then, since you leave it open in that case and you don't have a really good counter to it in that case. But it was a bit awkward for the other matchups, like DH didn't have rogue to queue into and stuff like that.
Mm.
So I don't know, but I actually thought about that as well. Like, it could have been really good. That's
Yeah.
basically, yeah. Also, I don't know if I played correct. Usually, I don't play much Aggro Druid, but I felt it was okay for this series, because I wanted to bring it as long as Warrior, because like I saw Warma didn't change lineup most of the time.
Again.
Yeah, and I built my lineup at least to be good in case he didn't change it.
Yeah.
So that's why I usually would have played Garrot Rogue, but I wanted to change my lineup as well to not be predictable, since I brought Garrot Rogue most of the times. And I saw that against Warma's lineup, Garrot Rogue wasn't doing much, because other than the mirror match, didn't have really good matchup with alignment Druid, DH, and Warrior. So I decided to cut it and played like Warrior, which was a really good deck against his lineup, and Aggro Druid, because he could have been fine against Warrior, even though he was playing like a more controlish build. And I guess also his own Druid, and as I said, against his DH is still a close matchup. That's why I felt comfortable going with the Druid first in the first game, because I wanted them to have DH for the Rogue and then Warlock to finish the series.
Yeah, it's sort of an interesting question, right? Like, do you play the decks you're like best at while knowing people like yourself could counter it, or do you try to switch it up to try to not be predictable? It's definitely something that's come up time and again here in these league-style tournaments, and so I guess the question I'll ask Warma is: are you going to try to play something a little bit out of your comfort zone in the week of the expansion? Like, now that you're in the semi-finals, try to switch up a bit before your semi-finals match.
If I can tell honestly, I just forgot to update my lineup each week. It's not like I just keep the same. It's just I forgot every time. So yeah, we probably change it this time, but I have to not forget.
You've got a new expansion, so you've got a good excuse.
Yeah, he has to change it no matter what, probably because of the expansion now.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah. But even though, even if he would have changed the lineup, I feel like my lineup that I brought today was still okay because I actually made sure to have a lineup that was still good, at least good enough if Warma decided to change his lineup, of course, since it was the playoff week.
I
But
think
good enough.
if I change my lineup, I think I just change Demon Hunter. I think I like the other deck. But Demon Hunter didn't really work well in the previous run, so I think a few times to change it. I forget every time, but yeah, probably Demon Hunter that I will cut.
Yeah,
If I
and also I, for example, I was playing Rancor in the aggressive warrior list because I also wanted to feel safe against Rogue, since I wanted warrior to beat that matchup as well. And like usually in the aggressive build, you don't want to play Rancors, I guess. But the thing is, I knew that Warma maybe would have still played Garrote Rogue basically, and sometimes with the aggressive build you just lose to Rogue going wide, clearing your board with Pride's Plunder and stuff like that. That's why I also played Rancor as a weird tech card, I guess, in the aggressive one. And same reason for the double altar in the Warlock instead of just 1 or 0 to beat DH and Rogue more consistently sometimes.
You are talking about tech cards. I have a question for you. Why there were 3 mana Drake in the Druid?
Yeah. So basically, I think that's a general flex spot that deck has. Like usually you have 29 good cards, and you have that one flex spot that people usually don't know what to play. Like some people play the Argent Squire, some people play Studies and stuff like that. And other people I saw playing Dreaming Drake, and I like tried multiple stuff in that slot because I didn't feel like I was finding anything good because I didn't want to cut the other cards. And I also consider like the card Fury Hunter was playing the other day, like the untargetable card for 3 mana. I don't remember the name either.
Oh, Robes of Protection?
Yeah, that one. I also consider that one. And I don't know, I decided to play Drake instead because it was just an extra taunt and it was a big one. And usually going big is useful in like a matchup like DH because you wanted to play big minions instead of going too wide and be vulnerable to just an immolation aura. You rather play big minions like Greybog and Teacher's Pet, basically more mid-rangey.
Okay, it's interesting. It was the first time I was seeing that card, so yeah.
Yeah, actually, other people played that card in other Master Tour previously as well.
Okay.
Some people.
Okay, thanks. Do you have questions, Paradox?
I guess like the major question I have left is that now that you've done so well at the Max League 6, what are your plans from here, DarkStrike? Like, where are we going to see you perform well next?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Like, what big tournament are you planning on doing well in next? I guess is what I was asking you.
I mean, I hope I'm going to do well in the next Master Tour as well. I usually played in those tournaments as well. Yeah. If we're gonna have any other cool tournament because before the Master Tour, the next one, I'll probably join if I can. So also that one eventually. Anyone?
Always
I
hungry
really
for competition, huh?
Yeah, I actually love competing, and I used to play a lot of other card games like MTG before the pandemic, and I started playing a lot of Hearthstone during the pandemic mainly. So now I'm basically doing full Hearthstone, and yeah, that's it basically.
Fair enough. Everyone needs a good hobby in lockdown, right?
Yeah.
No, it sounds good. I don't have any other major questions, unless you do, AtomiK.
No others. And what about you?
Also,
yeah.
One last thing. Yeah, it's pretty sad to lose in the top 8 because it was pretty cool, the idea of going to the top 4 with building new stuff with a new expansion.
Yeah, that's
Was
sad.
they,
Yeah.
they could, yeah. But it's okay.
I mean, getting to the top 8 in itself with a field of like so many great players is still like a really big achievement, man. You should be proud of yourself, genuinely.
Thank you.
And yeah, what is good is that you qualified thanks to the qualifiers, not directly invited. So that's great to
Yeah.
show that you are a good player and deserve the spot here.
Yeah. Do you actually guys have any play like? Would have you done something different from my games that you saw me playing? Any play in particular?
I think the main thing I probably would have done differently is like I wouldn't have played the second Altar of Fire. I would have just cleared
Yeah,
and
yeah.
played with the second null. Aside from that, nothing major. Just kind of unfortunate that your last game happened to be DH versus alignment.
Yeah,
because that
I
matchup is
already,
not
yeah,
great.
I already knew I had to win the Warlock one basically. That's why I took my odds with the altar. We talked already about that thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird spot. Yeah, happens.
Yeah. But no, other than that, you play pretty well, man. You should be proud of yourself.
Okay.
And also, yeah, congratulations to you, so Warma, to your qualification for the semi-finals. We will see you next week. Maybe with a new lineup this time. Maybe we don't. We
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
Maybe
think-
without Demon Hunter,
I
that would be
think-
nice.
Yeah.
Maybe
Thanks.
a new lineup. So yeah, thanks both of you for joining us, and see you soon. Bye.
Thank you
See you.
guys for the compliment. By the way,
Thanks.
see you.
See you. Okay, so we have done with that first match, so we can now move on with the next one.
Mhm.
Okay,
Jarla versus
Yeah.
ChaboDennis.
Jarla against ChaboDennis. The other quarterfinals, the winner of this match will join Warma in the semi-final. So let's see if it will be ChaboDennis or Jarla. So with the lineups, here is ChaboDennis lineups with Demon Hunter, Rogue, Hunter, and Warrior. His Rogue has been banned, no Garrot Rogue for ChaboDennis here. So finally we will be able to see a Warrior.
Always down for some warrior gameplay, that's for sure. So we're going over ChaboDennis' lineup first.
Yeah, here's ChaboDennis one, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So let's see. So pretty much the standard 30 we've come to expect out of the Pirate Warrior at this point. The only difference is that he's running one copy of Provoke over the second copy of the Ratchet Privateer. So it's a little bit interesting, as well as, of course, the two Rancors, which DarkStrike just told us a few moments ago are quite good against Grot Rogues. So that might be an indication of what ChaboDennis' thoughts are regarding like what decks he wants to leave up. And then we also have the Face Hunter with the pretty standard now list with the Arcane Anomaly, the Ramming Mount, and the True Aim Crescent. Not much different there.
Yeah,
from
one
what I
Prime
can tell.
Crescent is still a flexible spot. Some players are playing none, 1, 2. Here is one Prime Crescent.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's ChaboDennis' list. So we can then look at Jarla's one. Oh, sorry for.
And
Uh,
Jarla's always struck me as a player that tends to bring a little bit of spicy decks into these tournaments. A little, like a few things you don't quite expect sometimes, and that sort of reflects in the lineup he's brought to today as well. To be honest, like we're seeing the alignment druid again that we saw Warma play in the last series with the Mr. Smite Owl, just the big minions and the like alignment druid. Got Fatigue Warlock, OTK Demon Hunter, and the Pirate Warrior with 2 copies of Cult Neophyte in the list.
his Demon Hunter has been banned. Well, I won't play his Demon Hunter. So that's basically after that that's the warlock, the quest warlock without the hand package. It's the fast one, going very fast to the quest. Which version do you prefer? Which version do you feel better with?
I think it depends on like what you're trying to beat, right? The
Yeah.
fatigue style warlock deck is much better against decks like Hunter because in handlock you have all these big minions, right? Like Nepheron, giants, things like this that don't really do a whole lot to stop you from dying. Whereas in the fatigue build, you have cards like Armor Vendor, you have Moog with Grimoire of Sacrifice, you have like double Drain Soul, like, and obviously since you're drawing for your deck faster, the Bristlebacks also go on like faster, so it's a lot better in those matchups. But it's not as good versus the combo decks because decks like Rogue and Demon Hunter, you can't really beat those by putting on pressure early because they're going to draw into their combo no matter what you do. And especially with Demon Hunter, they can glide your massive hand away as Warlock and then just complete their quest and kill you before you really get anywhere. So it's not exactly a ideal deck to take in certain matchups. Like Handlock is just a better like all-rounder. It's generally going to have a decent game versus almost everything in the format.
Yep. Sure. Okay, that's the lineup. So let's see if players are ready to play. Are they online in the game? Let's see. Okay. Jarla is online. There's also some time on Discord. And what about you, Paradox? Are you ready? Do you have a lineup that you feel better than the other in that match? Do you have a scary deck or a lineup that can totally 3-0 the other one?
Well, the main thing I've seen, right, is that Warrior is just one of those decks at the moment that generally just has like a good matchup against everything. Like, if you get that quest out early, and you're just, like, if you get Rikara out in like turn like 6 or 7, you can just steamroll people very, very quickly. It's all like handlock in that respect. It's got very few bad matchups. It can play a pretty consistent game almost every time. So I'd say if I had a deck like in both these lineups that I'd be pretty scared of, it would be the Warrior. Or like a deck I'd expect to like do clean sweeps, it would be the Warrior, is what I'm trying to say. Aside from that,
Okay, I'm kidding.
main other thing.
And
It really comes down to what's gonna get queued up first, I feel like.
And thanks a lot again, Elven Lady, for all the gifted sub to the Max Team TV community. 5 gifted sub, very kind from you. So
Even to me.
Oh,
Even to me. Even to me. So yeah, thank you very much, Elven Lady, for gifting me a sub.
Very good one, yeah. And good players. You, Orange, Always Lethal, also Hyperion, who is a good French player. So yeah, very nice gifted sub here from Elven Lady. So yeah, thanks a lot for that. Okay, so the match will start soon. Don't worry. We are ready to see it.
Just waiting for them to get into the game.
Yeah. Do you have buff in your friend list?
I've had Jarla in my friends list for a long time, and yeah, I still have ChaboDennis, so there'll be no problems there. We are good to go. Just waiting for them to get started.
Yeah. Maybe the ChaboDennis is AFK currently. He's not answering my PM, so well, I think he will be there soon enough to play the game. So yeah, winner of that confrontation will be in semi-finals, facing Warma, while on the other semi-final you have Pocket Train against Fury Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
Maxland final. they both loved this meta. I hope for them they will be also strong in the new meta post expansion.
And a fun fact actually about Pocket Train and ChaboDennis, they actually qualified from the same qualifying group in the Max League 5 qualifiers. They actually beat out me and Deaddraw to qualify. So it's quite interesting how stacked that individual group turned out to be, considering that 2 of the players that qualified are also here in the top 8 against some of the best players in Hearthstone. Like, Jarla needs no introduction. He is by far one of the best players in the game, and has demonstrated that for quite a long time. So it'd be interesting to see if he can continue his run here. I don't know how well he's done in the other Max League tournaments, though, I'm afraid. I think you'd have to catch me up on that information.
Okay, ChaboDennis is finally answering me, so he's ready to start the fight between the other players.
So what do you think they're going to lead off with in game 1 here, if you had to guess?
To start huge question. Always the hardest in the last hero standing. Let's think about it very quickly. The face center from ChaboDennis is very strong against Jarla's lineup, right? Very strong against Druid alignment. Not bad against Warrior. So that can be a take to keep in mind. So not to start with it because you want to keep it to counter Q the element Druid maybe. I think starting with Aggro Warrior is kinda okay because it's his matchup are kind of even between the decks. Of course, they are still good and bad, but it's not the most. It's the closest to 50 in all the matchup. So I like the Warrior start from ChaboDennis. What do you think about that? I answered it very quickly, so maybe I am saying dumb things.
No, that's alright. I mean, the way I see it is that there aren't really very many dumb questions you can ask in a game like Hearthstone. Everyone at some point is going to ask questions that they think are silly, but it's how we learn. And it's by, like, to use a phrase, like, I'm not a smart person. I ask questions a lot of the time in my practice group with the intent to be proven wrong. Because when I'm proven wrong, I can learn why I'm wrong, and that lets me grow as a player and a person. So I genuinely don't think there are like any bad questions you can ask,
No.
like in this game.
Totally
What I was getting at.
agree about that. So, do you have
But yeah,
thoughts about the
I-
decks
I-
to start?
yeah, just waiting for them to start. I do agree though with the point you were going on about though, about how important it is that how important it is to like take a good deck up first. Like getting swept 3-0 out of the gate is obviously not what you want to happen, but at the same time, you don't want to like queue an obvious deck up first either, because then you could get counter queued in game 1. And for someone like Jarla, who has played this game for so long, knows the format like the back of his hand, like he's going to figure out what the optimal queue is. And so it's just whether or not you can, if not do the same, then try to make yourself as unexploitable as possible, I think is ChaboDennis's position on this matter.
Right. So, okay, are players ready to start? Still not, okay. They are still preparing to battle a friend. So the battle should be great with that preparation.
Yeah, I mean, it shows like they're taking a lot of time to figure out what the correct decks are to queue in game 1. Because it probably will be the most impactful game of the series.
Oh, okay, ChaboDennis was setting up his webcam. We'll have both players' webcam here. Nice, of course. So now everything is ready to start the fight
Yep.
between players. See who will go to the semi-finals. And it started with Jarla at the bottom of your screen and ChaboDennis at the top of your screen.
And it will start off with the Fatigue Warlock versus the Face Hunter here, which, as I mentioned like a few minutes ago, is not exactly a great matchup for the Hunter. It's winnable, it's absolutely winnable, but it's not going to be easy.
Huzzah versus Rexa.
I have your scent. All eyes shall be open.
So at the moment, we're just waiting on the mulligan between these two players here. ChaboDennis does have a pretty solid start, if I'm being honest. This is kind of what you're looking for, to be honest. Just a bunch of early minions into that ramming mount, that 3-mana hunter spell that gives a minion +2/+2, and immune while attacking. As them to ram when that minion dies, it is a very potent spell if a minion is allowed to get equipped with it.
And yeah, also the Warlock's hand is fine. You have lots of cheap cards, and that's exactly what you want to do when you are facing an early deck.
Armor! Armor! Lightly used armor!
Close at hand.
Double Demon Companion. Ooh. Let's see. It's gonna be a Refa there, so that will be a 2/1 minion with charge. So it'll be interesting to see how ChaboDennis plays this turn out. Can eat for Demon Companion or go for the Org Merchant.
That's an upgrade! Probably.
Okay, now going to face. The Eventually is not a huge deal because there's still the 1/3 on the other side, so it's not changing anything, right? Because you are also putting one health point left on your initiate, so it's like a 3-2 against that armor vendor.
Yeah, it'll make a difference next turn when it most likely will have the ramming mount on it, because then it will be a 5/3 minion with Divine Shield, and Jarla at this point doesn't really have a good way of dealing with that. He's got Falnos and 2 Raised Herbs. It's not really what you're looking for here. We might see the Falnos come down this turn, to be honest, because you're not completing the quest here for quite a while, I think. Yeah.
On next turn we will maybe play Demon Seed, Life Tap, but yeah, you will have 3 mana to do it, so...
Yeah. So yeah, here comes the ramming mount here. This 5/3 almost certainly is going face. There's no way you take the trade here. No way. I refuse to believe it.
There are lots of spells in the Warlock that can deal 2 damage. So you tell us a spell that can deal 2. It's not dealing 3. But yes, you are also... Yeah, okay, it's only go face. Because the spell damage is equal to the damage that Thanos can deal with the body. So yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, you say there's a lot of spells that deal 3 damage. I say that Jarla still has to draw those spells first. Like, it's all well and good. It's all well and good saying these things, but still gotta draw it.
That's a good point, to having to draw the card before playing it in Hearthstone.
Yeah, I imagine we may see the Raised Dead here into 2 armor vendors this turn. Because I don't really see how life tapping improves Jarla's situation here much.
Can you go for both armor vendor for the board here?
That's what I was thinking, yeah, because you want to save the Moarg for cards like Drain Soul, right? To get 6 lifesteal rather than just 3. Ooh. Adorable picked up. Let's see. And that is a Shima. That Shima's actually kind of annoying for Jarla here because it means that now these armor vendors cannot trade into this Initiate, and this Initiate is just going to keep punching Jarla in the face here, now for 6 damage per turn.
Lots of damage dealt by this Initiate. And okay.
Still no removal!
Will it be 6 again? You have to
Yeah,
lift up,
so-
right? And pray for something that can deal with it.
Yeah, I think Jarla here may just have to life tap and hope to find that Drain Soul. That's the only out for him in this position, because he might have enough mana to go for Falnos into Touch of the Nathrazim this turn anyway.
And he can't afford to take again 6 damage. It would be way too much. Just gonna get killed by damage from the hunter.
Agreed.
So yeah, you have to find something to kill that Initiate.
Yeah, there is also the Grimoire of Sacrifice. If Jarla draws that, he can sacrifice an armor vendor and then trade another one in to clear this 6-3 off the board, but gonna see a double Blood Mage Falnos this turn here. This is very risky behavior from Jarla here, but it will draw him 2 more cards when it dies, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, because card draw can be health point thanks to Tamsin, for example. That can heal a lot with lifesteal spells. But yeah, lots of damage.
Still no removal found for Jarla here. He's just finding all the wrong cards at the moment. Gonna have to go for the Tour Guide into the life tap here. Jarla at this point is desperately searching for any form of healing whatsoever. It has just evaded the man the entire game. This is absolutely brutal.
I can't see anything now, right? Because you have to kill both minions. And
Yeah, you have to clear one of them at the very least, or else you're just dead.
yeah. And we are seeing from ChaboDennis' hand. Next turn he can play Warsong, then Hero Power, and then there will be a huge Reno on board.
Oh no!
It's not a removal.
No!
Careful,
Jarla still
careful.
has one more draw available though, with the Manafida Panthara, but that's still not it! Even with the armor vendor, that would only put Jarla at 13 HP, and that means that ChaboDennis has done it! He's got the win with the Hunter here in game number 1. That is a pretty big upset, I've got to be honest.
Nothing went right for Jarla in this game, so he just okay. I lost that one. Let's focus on the next one.
Yeah, that is honestly insane to me. He drew 15 cards that game. He runs 2 copies of Touch of the Nathrazim, 2 copies of Drain Soul, 2 copies of Grimoire of Sacrifice. He drew none of them that game. And you would have kept those cards too. That is actually ridiculous.
Sure, yeah, it is. So now he has to Q Warrior and win with it, right?
I'm just looking at the other decks available, and I think you're right. You can't really queue You can't really do alignment druid interface onto that. It's an abysmal matchup.
But the matchup isn't easy for the warrior, right?
Now you're sailing on my sea.
No, but the alignment druid matchup versus hunter is really
Yeah.
bad.
Sure, I was not making a comparison between both, but yeah, just saying that if Jarla is losing that one, it would be very hard for him to win the next one. So yeah, huge important on that game right now.
Ooh,
Bad
this isn't
hand.
looking good for ChaboDennis here.
Yeah. Oh, at least
Oh, he
something-
needed that.
Wow.
He absolutely needed that top deck, ladies and gentlemen. That was... If he didn't get a wonder up there, he was in big trouble.
Yeah, lots of spell to boost your minion, but to buff your minions, but without minions, buffing spells are not useful, of course.
No, they are not. And we're seeing here the coin into the adorable as well. So yeah, this 3/3 taunt is going to be pretty hard to deal with. And oh no, the hatchet picked up. I think that's Jarla's only weapon in his list. Yeah, so now the first part of his quest reward won't even draw him a card. And there's the hatchet as well.
A very good draw for ChaboDennis to help him to take the trade. Now he can
Yeah, gotta
and
do it
respond
correctly though.
inside.
There
Yeah,
we go.
of course.
Yeah.
But the 3/3 was going into a 3/1, and that's not the trade you want to take.
Not at all. We might end up seeing the hatchet into the Fog Sail freebooter here, because that's the only way that Jarla will be able to clear this 3/3 horn off the board.
At least it's clear, right? It's not like the last game where there was a 6/3.
Yeah, yeah, that is
face
very
each other.
true.
This time, okay, it's killed on 3. That's fine. But yeah, ChaboDennis can still go for the biscuit. We have Portanger to fill the
Ooh.
curve. Another very good draw, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how ChaboDennis approaches this turn. Like, if he'll bother clearing this 2/2 off or not.
If
My initial instinct is that he probably won't. He'll probably just play the Doggy Biscuit and the Volpatinger. But it's got to be at least a little bit tempting. Oh, and yeah. There's the Crescent getting rid of the 2/2.
So, again, a really good turn from ChaboDennis. And now you want to play the Sword Eater, I think.
Yeah, I think so, right? It clears the minion, like clears the 3/2 and puts the 2/5 taunt in the way.
And there is a huge battle in the chat between ChaboDennis and Jarla. The bottom and top command are used by by you in the chat. So don't forget to add your energy to the players with the bottom or top command. Okay, not a great draw here for ChaboDennis. Not the best one.
No, he definitely would have preferred finding the Warsong Wrangler.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, there's still Barak Coda Bane coming up on 7/5 here, so ChaboDennis will still be drawing 3 cards next turn no matter what. So I don't think he's in that bad of a position, to be honest.
I agree, totally agree, yeah. Because Jarla is already at 17 health points. He will be then at less than 17 because of the Warpatinger. And Barak is like drawing literally damage. You have the quick shot that is adding 5 damage to your turn. So yeah, he's still in a good spot.
Ooh.
interesting
Okay.
turn here.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a tough decision here for ChaboDennis. He can either go for Barak Kodabane right now, draw those 3 cards, get set up for next turn, or he can wait a turn and use the piercing shot right now to finish off this Blood Cell Raider, deal 3 damage to Jarla's face, push 3 damage, and then on turn 6 get Kodabane and play the 1-drop spell in the same turn.
I think you want to kill the 7-3 with the spell, because you can't go full face and leave the 7-3 on board, I think, because you can still be killed by the warrior. So yeah, you have to do it, I think.
Yep, and ChaboDennis does agree it is going to push that 3 extra damage. And at this point, like, the fact that Jarla was unable to draw that weapon from the first part of the quest is really starting to hurt him at this point, because he's running out of cards against Face Hunter. Like, that is not the position that you really want to be in, especially when they're still going to be pushing a lot of damage in the foreseeable future.
At least drawing a pirate is not bad, because you can go for the crest, create a distraction, killing some Wolpertinger maybe.
We're about to find out. 2 cannon shots will be fired from the quest, killing off 2 bunnies. But still, we know what's coming next turn, and it is not going to be pretty for Jarla here.
Yeah, if you are drawing a Doggy Biscuit, you can even trade it to give a rush to your Barak Kodabane and trade into a minion.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like, you can use the Turian Crescent to finish off the Bloodsail deckhand, and then, as you said, if you do pick up the Doggy Biscuit, you would be able to get that value trade afterwards. But yeah, here comes Kodabane. There's 3 extra cards here for ChaboDennis.
Oh.
And that is a lot of burst damage coming up here. We've got Quick Shot and Aim Shot, along with Wound Prey to finish off the Privateer.
Next turn, that 10 damage for ChaboDennis. Oh, not a good
Oh
one.
no! That won't clear Kodabane.
And yeah,
So
he
the only
has...
way to clear it is by shivering your own barrel, or rather
no.
shivering and playing barrel, but yeah.
So yeah, here, that's 10 damage for ChaboDennis.
Ooh.
But I don't think you are going for it, because... Oh, no, you have to play...
If this Demon Companion gets Refa, that means that the ramming mount right here will be 4 immediate damage to the face. They didn't get it, but it's still going to spawn a 2-2 when it dies, no matter what.
But there's still a neophyte in Jarla's deck, right? If so, I would have loved to see 1 quick shot played. Oh no, you want to keep up the draw, yeah, so no. Forgot what I said.
Yeah, but this 2-2 ram is so annoying because it's just turning off the armor up button.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, good draw here, because 1 mana is helping you to draw with your quick shot.
Yeah. And this is still 11 damage this turn. Oh, sorry, 10 damage this turn, I mean. Oh, and there's the Rhino!
Aye. Things are not great for Jarla, and I think that's just game over.
Yeah, because if you take that value trade, as we see here, the Stormwind Freebooter is at 2 HP, so the Rhino will ram into it, deal 3 damage to Jarla, and with the hero power, doesn't even matter if Jarla goes for the armor up button, that will be lethal. So yeah, with that, 2-0 right out the gate here with the Face Hunter from ChaboDennis.
Yeah. And now that face hunter against Animal Druid, and that's not great for Jarla to face that matchup.
No, yeah. And it's really unfortunate for Jarla too. He has just not been drawing well this entire series so far at all. Whiffing on his removal in game 1. Whiffing on, hitting the weapon way earlier than he was supposed to in game 2. Things have not been going well so far. But if Jarla does win this game, it is still recoverable for him because the other decks against the Alignment Druid aren't that good against it. Garrote Rogue is slightly unfavored, and we saw how well Demon Hunter did against it in the last series, so Jarla could pull off a reverse sweep if he wins this game. But that's a big ask.
Of course. And yeah, ChaboDennis' hand is great. He'll be able to go for Initiate, Coin, Walpertanger, and that's basically the best thing Hunter can do, right? Initiate, Coin, and another turn 1.
He doesn't have to play on 2 if he does that, though.
He will top deck maybe, but you're right, maybe he can save the coin for later, because he can also top deck a turn 3, and he's still dying to Lunar Eclipse, so yeah, can just keep the coin for later.
Let's see here. Jarla is going to go for that Lunar Eclipse into the Moonlit Guidance. And regrettably will not be able to get another copy of the card he picks this turn. But getting another Lunar Eclipse in this matchup is pretty appealing, I would have to imagine.
Yeah, even if you are not with the effect, you expels this turn cost 2 less, even with that, the card is still great, like a Smite. But yeah, he's going for Studies. And I think he will have to coin the biscuit, yeah. Because 4 health point is a lot. Very annoying for Druid to kill a minion with 4 health point.
Yeah, and it's sort of a little bit unfortunate for ChaboDennis as well, because like he said a little while ago, if he did go for the coin 1-drop there, he would have been able to deal 3 damage right now. Yeah, so even if Jarla goes to the Pounce, that will not be enough mana to clear the 3/4 off this turn, so Jarla will have to wait a little bit longer on that.
Oh! Terrible top deck for ChaboDennis here.
Yeah, this is tables have started to turn, it looks like.
But yeah, both hands are not great. No ramp for Jarla.
True, but you don't necessarily need ramp in this matchup as much as you need to just survive.
Yeah.
Magic? I've heard of it.
So Jarla here going for the multicaster, going to draw 2 more cards from his deck. And then Nature Studies into, I have to imagine, Runic Carvings?
I agree. I don't see anything else, so yeah, I agree.
There is merit for taking Force of Nature, because you could go Force of Nature for 4, Pounce, and then Umbral Owl all next turn.
Time waits for no one.
But I think the pick is definitely not Pride's Fury. I don't think you want Pride's Fury. See, what is Jarla gonna go for here? Is gonna go for the Runic Carvings. Another Rhino picked up. Not ideal here for ChaboDennis, getting these mid-sized minions. Probably gonna end up seeing the piercing shot here, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, and there's the overgrowth picked up.
here, yeah, we're able to go for overgrowth and umbrella owl. I think.
The issue with Umbral Owl, though, is it does give ChaboDennis an easy out for being able to rush the Rhino in next turn
Sure.
and deal 4 damage.
But if not, you are just taking 3 guaranteed damage from the Wolpertinger.
Yeah, that is very true. It looks like Jarla is going to go for the Umbral Owl here. Could go for the pounce and get 2 owls down this turn, but is instead going to hold the pounce for later on.
Ah, you was still not possible, right? It was not possible because. Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right,
pounce
because-
costs 0, so you can just play them
Yeah,
both
yeah.
for 1 mana.
And it was discounting the 2 owls. So yeah.
Yeah.
It worked. So now for Jarla. Scenario Noir is available, but it's very risky if you're passing a bad turn 8. You just lost the game. Okay. Very important for the rest. Oh,
Ooh.
that's not
Okay,
great.
that's kind of a mixed bag almost, right? Because sure it's a 12-12, but it can't hit face, so like ChaboDennis doesn't really need to care about it that much. And yeah,
Yeah,
I can
it's
just go for Barrack Codabane now.
Like a post, but that does nothing. It can't attack face. So yeah, but it will trade some minions at least.
Let me work my magic.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't. It is not threatening ChaboDennis.
Celestial alignment picked up here. So I was gonna go for it. I believe that makes both of the nulls cost 0 mana if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So it's a pretty nice turnaround here for Jarla. Next turn he will be able to go for runic carvings. And on the turn after, those runic carvings are gonna be 6/6s with rush.
Yeah, ChaboDennis has to go fast.
Yeah, and his hand doesn't really let him do that, is the problem here.
And there are still lots of head points for Jarla.
Ooh. That's not what Jarla was looking for though. Celestial alignment is not really ideal when you're already at 1 mana.
So is that listen next turn for Jarla?
I believe it is. 6 times 4 is 24 damage. Which means that unless ChaboDennis decides to clear 2 of these treants off the board, he is just dead. And yeah.
One is enough, right? No, 2, 6.
But yeah. Survival of the fittest here. 6 times 4 will be 24
you're right,
damage
yeah.
here. And Jarla winning the majorly unfavored matchup against the Face Hunter and keeping his Max League 5 tournament alive. And now has a very real chance of taking this series back from ChaboDennis.
Congratulations to Jarla to win that matchup. It's one of the worst in the game, so congratulations to him. And yeah, the game wasn't easy at all. The first turn were very hard to play, lots of decisions to make. So congratulations to win that game.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's why even if there is some luck in Hearthstone, for example, he was unlucky at the first game, you're still more favored to win if you are good at the game, because here he won thanks to his skills. Yeah, finally, it's always fine. So now Druid against Warrior.
Yeah, and this is another kind of iffy matchup here for the alignment druid. But if Jarla can get to that celestial alignment before ChaboDennis completes the quest, he has a very real shot of doing this. We do see the alignment there, and ChaboDennis is kind of missing out on pirates at the moment. Only has the freebooter available for the foreseeable future here, so I don't know, the comeback is looking like it might be real. Yeah, that provoke is almost certainly going to get traded back in. And that is not a pirate. Ooh. That's an overgrowth. Oh boy. I don't know, man. We might be seeing the comeback. Do you go for the Lightning Bloom overgrowth here? That's the question on Jarla's mind at this moment in time.
The multicaster is only drawing one card on 4, so it's not that great. Do it now. Okay, he's going for it.
Oh no!
Yes,
Both warriors have just not got the weapon from their quest this series. Another overgrowth picked up for Jarla here. Already getting to 8 mana at this point on turn 3. Sorry, turn 4 of the game. That is pretty insane. I wonder if we'll see the Celestial Alignment come out next turn.
Can be, even if ChaboDennis is far from getting Rokara.
Yeah, it's gotta be tempting. Like, you've already seen the weapon drawn. Like, how many possible punishes could there be? Is the question here. Of course, we do see a pretty big punish in ChaboDennis' hand in the form of the Mr. Smite, but Jarla doesn't know that's there.
Okay, he's going for the first play.
Ooh. Deviate Dreadfang.
Huge one.
You say that, but it only works with nature spells, and there's no nature spells currently in Jarla's hand.
Oh, you're right, it's not all the spell like was... oh, I forgot the...
Like the Mount Seller,
Yeah, the
it's
Mount Seller,
only
yeah.
nature spells.
I made a nightmare of that card. It scared me a lot, so yeah. Here it's only nature spells. But yeah, it will help ChaboDennis to clear it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I can take the trade with the Stormwind and will play a Sword Eater. Just filling the mana.
I'm just gonna take a look, and yeah, Mr. Smite currently is 7 attack.
So next turn, 5, 8, 15 damage from a hand. Next turn.
Malago's
ChaboDennis.
picked up off the top here for Jarla.
Yeah, but Malago's before alignment isn't great at all.
It's
Okay.
not. But Jarla's gonna go for it anyway by the looks of it, yeah. So he's gonna draw 6 cards from his deck here. He's getting some pretty decent stalling options here, especially the Solar Eclipse into the Best in Shell. It's gonna be quite helpful at just keeping him alive just a little bit longer. But he is gonna overdraw here unless he uses that Lightning Bloom, which Jarla probably doesn't want to use at this point in the game, I would think.
Yeah, things are not easy for Jarla. But yeah, he's still alive for the next turn. Yeah, there's still that Baroth in ChaboDennis' hand. So see, for example, Jarla is going for Basin Shell next turn, Baroth can just wreck them.
There's no real way for Barov on its own to do all of the work though, because the Shiver Their Timbers is also gone. But Mr. Smite coming down here for ChaboDennis is going to push that 7 damage and is going to force a response, quite frankly. You really can't afford to let Mr. Smite stick at this critical point in the game.
Yeah. So, going for the stays. Armor. Not that bad. Or mana. Okay, going for armor.
We don't know if Jarla's going to play that Feral Rage this turn yet or not. The fact of the matter is that leaving Mr. Smite up is going to invite so much opportunity for damage here. It's not even funny. But that Goldshire Knoll here is very big. Getting 2 of the Knolls out, fully clearing the board, and now with that Best in Shell, it's gonna almost lock the game up for Jarla at this point. Especially with the Feral Rage, getting that all-important armor like you were mentioning a few moments ago.
Oh! You were talking about something to play with Baroth?
Yeah, no, that's a really good card to use with Barov. Yeah, Rancor can fully clear the board here and give ChaboDennis 10 armor. 10 armor probably won't be that helpful, but clearing that board is definitely something that Jarla did not want to see there at all. And I think at this point, Jarla's almost certainly going to have to go for the Celestial alignment here. I don't think there's really any other way to go, because especially with the Carpenter, right? With the Carpenter, you're always going to get Nourish in hand for next turn. And then with that Nourish, you can then go Lightning Bloom into Solar Eclipse, Enrich, gain 4 mana crystals, and just try to stabilize yourself from there next turn.
Yeah, Feral Rage will be useful for that.
But yeah, I genuinely don't see a better course for Jarla here than going for Celestial Alignment, which it looks like he's going to do.
Wretched story.
Ooh. Okay, where's the cannons going? 1 to face, 1 onto the minion. Okay.
10 health point left. But yeah, 8
Yeah.
armor are going soon.
At least, yeah. It's now or never here for Jarla. He's going to have to make some big moves here in order to shore this game up. And I think he can. He's definitely got the hand size to do it. So you're going to see Rampant Growth coming out here. That's 2 mana crystals right off the bat. If he goes to the Lightning Bloom, he can get 2 more crystals this turn. So he would be at 3 crystals in total.
Okay, Jonas will at least draw something.
Drawing 3 more cards.
That's a good one.
Ooh. Jarla. Okay, the
Null
Knoll
is huge, Cenarion is huge.
Oh. Yeah, but he's got to hurry up here. He's gonna opt for the he's gonna opt for the Feral Rage, set himself to 18. 18 is a pretty safe number here. You're definitely not going to die from that much on this turn. And Rakara is still 2 turns away now because of the alignment.
Got a job for me?
Sure. At least that's some face damage for ChaboDennis. But yeah, next turn, Solar and Snaren World to make a huge board.
Probably play the owl first there, mate, but I'm not sure it will matter too much.
Magic? I've heard of it.
Let's see. Oh, the Anaconda! Oh, this is going to be a big turn here for Jarla.
None can stand against the serpent.
So the Eclipse Gnome Ward's going to give him 16 more armor and 2 8-drops onto the field.
Who dares inhabit this ancient land?
Okay. I'd like to see the pounce here as well, yeah.
I'm waiting for no one.
Huge board, yeah. And I don't see how ChaboDennis will deal with it.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine.
Gotta get through me. Load it up.
Let's see. Top deck,
Oh.
yeah, with Solar Eclipse, Survival of the Fittest, and Mr. Smite. Jarla's pulled it back to game number 5, folks. And we might be in for that reverse sweep after all.
Wow, what a thriller, and Jarla. Oh, okay. BRB is for be right back. Okay. It took me some seconds to understand BRB.
And yeah, ChaboDennis' last deck is the OTK Demon Hunter here.
Yeah.
Which, as we saw in the last series, did not have the best matchup against the Alignment Druid, so it was a rocky start for Jarla, but he's managed to pull it back.
And yeah. Oh, ChaboDennis is also going grab maybe some water or something. So okay, what a thriller here, 2-0 for ChaboDennis. Then we are at 2-2. Let's see if the Druid can win the last game. And oh, I'm dumb. Just exited the spectating. I will have to spec them again. So okay, Druid against the Hunter. That's the same matchup we saw during the previous confrontation. Kinda for the Druid, right? Sorry, yeah, for the Druid. The Druid is ahead. If you are at ChaboDennis spot, what's your plan to win that matchup? What's the things that can
The
help you?
Demon Hunter versus Druid matchup.
Yeah. What's the things that can help you to win it?
I think the main thing is probably going to come down to if ChaboDennis can get either like a super quick quest completion, like before the alignment comes down, or else just gets like a really insane glide. I think it's going to be like one of those two things that's going to decide it, because otherwise it is going to be tough for ChaboDennis to get over the line. Celestial Alignment is just such an insane card in this matchup. And the thing is, if the Demon Hunter uses too many combo pieces, they might not even get over the line anyway, because with Scenario Ward, there's definitely a possibility that the Druid could get like 24 armor, along with like 30 HP. That's really hard to get through if you've used like your Moargs already.
So, are they ready? Oh, sorry, it just started. My bad. So yeah, don't forget in the chat, bottom command or top command to send energy to your favorite players to see who will qualify for the semifinals of the Max League 5.
Ooh. Those are not good cards from Nature Studies. Oh boy. I think we probably end up seeing the Iron Buck here. Don't really see the other two cards being that impactful in this matchup.
Is Iron Bark impactful in that matchup?
I mean, it's more impactful than Lunar Eclipse and Guardian Animals. Right?
Personally, I would rather Lunar Eclipse. Maybe a Moarg at the moment that is sticking on the board. A 1-3.
But you already have a Lunar Eclipse in hand.
Yeah.
Like, I get it if you didn't have a Lunar Eclipse already, but he does.
He's going for Iron Bark finally. Okay, so I think he won't trade the minions because of the quest completion next turn. He will be able to have 1 draw natural, 1 draw from the sigil, and 2 draws from the minions for the first step.
Yeah, and this is sort of the scenario I was alluding to earlier of the Glide, right? If the Druid just doesn't draw that well, if they don't hit the cards they need, like the alignment early, the Demon Hunter can run away with the game. Like, we have seen unfavorable matchups win before, like even in this series, like alignment Druid beating decks like Hunter, like Warrior. They're normally not that favored in these matchups, and Jarla's done it already in this series, so all bets are off. At the moment, ChaboDennis is looking like he may be able to fully complete the quest on turn 5 here, and if he can do that, that would be such a big deal.
Yeah, Jarla is only missing a ramp and the alignment.
What to do?
It's just not a whole lot of stuff Jarla can do here.
I don't even see what he's thinking about.
I don't know, maybe he's thinking about like what he's gonna do on turn 4?
Yeah.
I don't know, because yeah, its entire hand is unplayable.
Yeah,
Oh, and there's a Glide. Little does ChaboDennis know, though, that Jarla's hand is actually really bad. So gliding would ironically help Jarla in this position. So,
I bet you can do this.
okay, let's see how this works out.
Okay, let's see the...
Oh, another Glide in the outcast position. That's so huge.
Whoa. And on Jarla's side...
Oh no! And
Still
Jarla's hand is
garbage.
just as terrible as before.
Still garbage!
No! There's nothing Jarla can do this turn. Oh no!
And it will be another hero power pass.
I think so, yeah, like... You're not going to circle Iron Bark your opponent's minion. So yeah, I think it is just hero power and pass. Like, this is as bad a start for the Druid as it gets. I think ChaboDennis at this point, he's gotta know that Jarla's hand is terrible, right? Like, he's gotta know.
He can
You
be
don't
scared
pass
of
turn 4.
just bloom alignment on next turn.
Let's see, another outcast card picked up, and then yeah, with the Peddler, that's Kurtrus in hand on turn 5.
Very early Kurtrus, yeah. The only way for Jarla is to just top deck alignment. That 2 over 26 cards, and that's not an alignment, that's a gnoll.
Yeah, but okay. Let's say Celestial Alignment was picked up off the top, right? The only way for Jarla to play it would be to play Lightning Bloom on it, and then you would be handing Jarla a free turn to develop Kurtrus, while you are unable to do anything because you wouldn't have any mana crystals available.
Sorry, maybe I'm tired, but I didn't thought about the fact that Kurtrus will cost 1 if you play the alignment.
Yeah.
My bad about that.
No worries, but yeah, this is not looking good for Jarla here. What does he do?
Job done.
The void.
Oh,
Many whispers.
look at that. Looks like we lost you, Paradox, with that Natalie Céline.
Yeah, Natalie Celine is pretty bad for Jarla. I don't know, like, what can he do at this point? Alignment can't even be played next turn.
Happy guilty.
Like, to be honest, I think ChaboDennis has just done it at this point.
It looks like so.
And this is kind of the problem with this alignment druid deck sometimes. It's like, when you get the insane turns, the deck looks amazing, but at the same time, it's like, sometimes you can just draw pretty poorly, just off the back of just how many expensive cards you run, or how little card draw the deck just has, naturally. But yeah, it is getting very close to lethal here. I think all that's needed now is just getting, yeah, like one more guild trader I think will do it at this point.
Yeah, you have your Moargs.
So you can
Amazing.
trade the, okay, double jump, get eye beam, you can trade the peddler back in.
Pleasure doing business.
Ooh, there's a 0-mana guild trader, so yeah, next turn, if alignment isn't drawn off the top, it is game over for Jarla here. That is not Celestial Alignment, and that means that ChaboDennis is gonna take the win here and is going to advance to the semi-finals to play off against Warma next week. Well played to ChaboDennis.
He has the combo in hand. Jarla can't do anything about that. He accepted drawing the old Illusia, but here
Yeah.
he just with lethal for the Demon Hunter. For ChaboDennis, finally beating that terrible alignment druid. That won 2 games. That's
Yeah, this is really big overkill at this point. It's gonna be like 60, right? Yeah.
And yeah, congratulations to both players. It was very intense to watch. First the fast warrior wins, and then the surprise with the alignment druid. So let's ask the players if we can have their thoughts about the game.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone in chat was on the edges of their seats almost, seeing the back and forth throughout the series now. 2-0 up, then 2-0 down, and then just barely slipping out of Jarla's hands at the end of the series there.
Let's ask the player. Let's see if players will join us. Okay, ChaboDennis just answered me. So let's add him to our group. And Jarla is also okay with that. So we are calling the players right now.
Waiting for them to join the call now.
Hello.
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 Hello. GG. Even congratulations to reach the quarterfinals.
Thank you.
So first you were in trouble with because of the face hunter, and so how were you? Did you feel when you were losing 0-2 and you only had your druid against his hunter? Did you feel confident with your druid to win the hunter matchup?
No, I felt like the series was over when I lost the first match because like that's like super favorite for Warlock, and then I expected to get swept by Hunter, but Druid somehow did Druid things and almost reverse swept.
Yeah, I pointed out at the time, but like you whiffing on both Grimrods, both touches, and both Drain Souls in your top 15 is absolutely brutal in that matchup.
Yeah, just drew all the minions and hand, I guess.
Yeah.
I think on all the removal feels bad.
Hello, ChaboDennis also. Thank you for joining us and congratulations.
Hello. Just needed to put headphones in, it's better for the call. And
Yeah.
hey.
Okay, fine.
You're here now, that's what matters. Alright, so I guess first things first, is there anything either of you want to say like regarding the series in general?
Yeah, like, do you want to go first? Or?
No, you go on.
Okay. Yeah, like Jarla said, the first victory for me was huge because Warlock is really important for him. Because it's favored against Warrior, it's favored against Hunter, and I only have Demon Hunter to counter it, right? And if I queue Demon Hunter, then he is going to queue the Druid matchup, which is really bad. So it was insane for me to win the first game. Really lucky, but then after it, I was really scared for the Druid because I lost double against it 2 times. And the last matchup is normally horrible because of alignment, but I got lucky with the top deck Clyde and could get the win in the last game.
It's funny. Jarla's hand was actually horrendous even before the Glide. The Glide actually might have helped him. Like,
really?
What was the hand again? It was like Smite, Bloom,
It's completely unplayable.
Ward, like just nothing.
He played Studies on 1 and Hero Port on 2, so I expected another Overgrowth on 3, but he didn't have it, so I thought a second about the Glide, but it's just too good to get 8 cards in his deck and get the quest reward done, so I just played it, but that was good that I dodged alignment. You need to get the quest reward out before alignment, otherwise you lose, and I had the second Glide on the left and I kept it the whole time. Because if he plays alignment after my quest, then I can glide again and maybe get a win.
Yeah, makes sense. Because if you don't do that, then I can just alignment your entire combo hand and game ends.
Yeah, because I only have 1 mana then, and so I the one turn was a bit awkward when I had 9 mana and overdrew a card, but I had a combo, and even if he alignment me, then I going to glide. So not sure. Maybe I could have did something with tempo the 4-3 or something, but I think it was okay. But close series, and yeah, Druid did Druid things, and good that it didn't do it in the last game. But yeah, that was lucky for me.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of the whole point of the deck, right? I guess my question for you, Jarla, is like, are you looking forward to playing the new like Druid cards in the alignment Druid of the expansion, like the new Garth hero and the 3/4 that lets your next choose one spell cost less?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play much yet, so I'm gonna look into it, and maybe there is something good. But yeah, I mean, even now the deck is like super strong without the new cards. So,
Yeah,
like,
just alignment is so strong, right? In every quest matchup, it's just good.
yeah, it's insane. I think alignment is gonna get like changed or nerfed at some point.
Yeah, like with Overgrowth, it's really good. But yesterday, when the expansion came out, I just played some Owl Warlock. That's so insane at the moment. I don't know if you dodge Demon Hunter with Kite, that's really good.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I don't know about the new Druid cards now, so we will see. And if they are good, I think Jarla will put him in because he plays the deck a lot.
Okay. Do you have something to add, some of you? Something to add, Paradox?
I guess like
Oh.
the main thing I'll ask you, like, well, both of you, I guess, is like, what are you most looking forward to playing with from the new expansion that you've seen so far? Because obviously you've all seen like some of the crazy decks coming out of game one, sorry, day one rather.
Yeah, probably the Owl Warlock or just the Warlock hero is pretty strong, I feel like. Also, Warlock is my one of the favorite classes, and I love these controller/combo decks, so yeah, Warlock is probably my number one.
Yeah, I think the Warlock deck, like I said, if you dodge Demon Hunter with Clyde, it's just insane at the moment. It feels like almost the same build like before, with the fatigue lock, like with the weapon and stuff, and you just have a better and faster win condition as before. It was strong before, but now it's even better. You can do so many burst damage. And otherwise, I'm looking forward for like new rogue decks because I just love rogue. A lot of people yesterday played that gamble rogue, I guess. I don't know what to call it, like because it's good against Warlock, I think. A lot of people had Viper and the 1/2 that gives you the owl in the hand, and then you need to kill it yourself to kill it. Yeah. We'll see.
No love for Priest. I'm the only one who loves Priest in the world. Feels bad, man.
Probably, yeah.
But I think it will have a hard time the next time. Maybe Aggro Priest at some point, but I don't know about that. Lucia's gone.
Can't we just have long Priest mirrors again? That was the best part of 2021.
Oh, we had it like 4 months. It was long enough.
Yeah, it was great.
I enjoyed countering it with Lunacy Mage and farm all the wins. But yeah, I didn't like that priest, not at all.
I think we're all entitled to our own opinions, some of which are more valid than others. But anyway, so any last words you want to say to us, ChaboDennis, about this tournament before we let you go?
Yeah, I think now it will be a hard week to find out what is good till Saturday, because then the next LHS round is going to start. So I need to test a lot of stuff. But yeah, we will see what decks are going to get played, and yeah, the next days will be really interesting, I think.
Sure. I look forward to see it next week. Which card you will bring?
I'm not 100% sure at the moment, but I thought a bit about it, but I won't tell now, so you will see it next week, I guess.
Of course.
Of course, you don't want to give too much away. That's perfectly understandable.
But maybe you can look into my stream, and then you can see what I like to play, and maybe I'm going to play, but I'm not sure about it. So.
Just casually tagging your stream. I love it.
He's still right to do it.
Yeah, no, I endorse it. No, it's cool.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
found
good.
it a bit funny.
So let's find it on Twitch right now and follow him.
And yeah, shout out to all your viewers, and shout out also to my viewers that I said that should support me, and greetings to them. We see us later.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
They supported you. You had cheers on the chat.
Oh, that's awesome, guys. Nice.
Alright, well, I have no other questions, and if AtomiK doesn't, I think we'll let both of you go.
Yes, we'll let you. So thanks a lot for joining us, both of you, and congratulations and good luck in your next tournaments.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, GG's and
GG's.
good luck next week.
Thanks, and yeah, it was really close series, hard, and yeah,
It was a good one.
that's true. Okay, then I wish you a good evening, I guess, and have fun with the new expansion, and we can test out a lot of stuff the next days. That's cool.
Thank you. See you soon.
See you.
Right. See you guys.
Bye.
Okay, so that was the end of that evening with a very fun last series between ChaboDennis and Jarla. So now we know all the semi-finalists that are going to take part on the next week, also on the Max Team TV, because on Monday there will be the semi-finals, Pocket Train against Fury Hunter, the remake of the Max Clan. Both players very strong at the moment. Fury Hunter, the new EU GM. Pocket Train also made huge results on Master Tour. And on the other side of the semi-final, we'll have Warma against ChaboDennis, the players we saw today, and it will be with the new card. So if you want to see strong decks to play after the expansion, it's the best place to see it. And on Wednesday, the great final, the winner of those semi-finals will face each other to see who will win the Max League 5 Great Compensation that has started months ago, even with qualifiers. And so now it's the last week of the Max League 5. Thank you for Paradox for being with me this evening. It was a pleasure, as always, to work with you, to cast this beautiful Hearthstone.
No worries, AtomiK. But I'm going to put you on the spot here real quick. And I'm going to ask you the big question. Who is winning the Max League 5 tournament? Who's it going to be?
ChaboDennis.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Spicy choice. I like it. So I'm going to be bold. And I'm going to say that Pocket Train's going to take it. So that way, one of us is guaranteed to be right.
Right. We'll see next week if we are right or not. So be there next week on the Max League. Thank everyone in the chat for being here to watch those beautiful players. And see you soon. Goodbye.
See you guys later.